I thought I would quickly walk you guys through the timeline of a buying transaction. I get asked a lot of times for my first time home buyers and even those who haven't purchased a house in a while to walk them through so they fully understand what to expect. So if you are thinking about it, you can save this one to reference in the future. First things first, you find your home, right? It's something that you absolutely love. Ticks all the boxes, you write the offer up, and when you're doing an offer, you do need to include a pre-approval or a proof of funds if you're paying cash. So that's something to keep in mind. So along with the offer that we will submit along with your proof of funds or your pre-approval from a lender, your offer gets accepted. Super exciting. So when that happens, what we will do next is pick a lawyer for you to work with. Now I have a few of them that I absolutely love working with, so I do have those resources available to me. However, you may have somebody available to you that's a family friend or something along those lines. Happy to use them as well. So from there, we will send the contract to the lawyer and include the seller's lawyer as well, and I will work to loop everybody together so we're on the same page. Typically, we will then be in attorney review for about 2 to 3 business days. Sometimes that could last a little bit longer if there's a couple things that maybe need to be talked through the attorneys, but otherwise, generally, I would say it's about 3 days. Once we're out of attorney review, the deal then becomes under contract. And at that time, nobody else can put bids on the home. Okay, so if there was someone that might have been trying to knock your deal out when you were in attorney review, that can no longer happen once the house is under contract. And once you do go under contract, that is the time where we schedule the inspection, which is very exciting. Again, I also have inspectors that I work with, happy to help, but of course, whomever it is that you're feeling comfortable to work with, we're happy to do that too. So we would schedule the inspection, and we have 14 business days to schedule the inspection, and then based off of findings from that inspection, either ask for a credit or ask for some things that may have come up in the inspection to be repaired by the seller. So that gives you about 14 days from there. During that time where you're in the 14-day period, once you go under contract, on the other end, we have the lender working on your mortgage if you are going to be using a mortgage. And during that time, he's sending all of your documentations to underwriting to be looked at. He or she is going to be scheduling the appraisal to be done on the house. So usually around the time when the inspection's done and a little bit after, then the appraisal gets done. So as long as we come to a nice understanding about the inspection that's being done and an appraisal comes through okay, essentially it's down to underwriting from there. And generally, if you're working with a good lender and you have all of your ducks in a row and your paperwork done and everything submitted quickly, you can get cleared to close fairly quickly. The usual time frame of a normal transaction is usually about 45 to 60 days. So with that being said, once you go through inspection, appraisal, you get clear to close from your underwriter, or if your cash is a little bit quicker than that, and then you get scheduled for closing. The day before closing or the morning of closing, we'll do a final walkthrough of the property to make sure it's in broom swept condition. And from there, you go to closing. And if you're doing a mortgage, you sign 1,000 papers. And at the end of it, I get the privilege to hand you a key. So now that you know what the process is like, let's get ready to buy you that house.